Hey, hey. Hi, guys. All right. Um, I'm going to keep trying to do some live streams and we'll hope that maybe the glitch gets resolved. Last night we actually were in really good shape on the other channel, so I was like, let's go for it. Let's see. Just know I will have to probably keep live streams shorter, and I'm thinking I may have to break, we tend to do long ones here. I might have to break them in two parts, but I'm game. If I don't want to miss my chance to hang out with you guys. I love this. I've always loved it on this channel. So let's get into a love story, a little check-in. Okay, wow, we just got a flood. Hi guys, Stephanie, Lucia, hi babe. So nice to see you. Kelsey, Fallen Raven, Lalu, Andrea, EVM, Brown Eyed Girl, Luminous Marina. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Happy Saturday, all. I just got back from a very, very long day. I was outside. We had to get together and winterize my family member's property. And so it was like we had to really I don't think I've worked that hard in a while. Honestly, I feel so like noodly, like my whole body hurts right now. But it was a really good day, and now it's really nice to sit and enjoy hanging out with you guys. So, all right, we have a Page of Pentacles. We may have a communication to a Queen of Wands, possibly. We have the Fool. She could be gone. She could be on vacation. She's sitting here on all of these suitcases. This could be maybe she's just gone for whatever, a short weekend, or maybe she's out taking a dance class, or maybe she's out doing something, or it could be that she's moved and somebody could be sending a message to her that she may not actually receive. We have a 10 of Cups. We have the Moon. Oh God, she's not going to know this at all. And we have the Tower. Hang on, before I assume that the message coming in is from somebody who wants to say, let's have the 10 of Cups. I want to have the 10 of Cups with you. Let me confirm it. Let me go backwards for a second and say, what is the message with that page coming in? What is the message that somebody is trying to get to the Queen? I do not see the Queen receiving it, though. Okay, so it's coming in from a King of Cups, 9 of Cups, whoo, 5 of Swords. He might assume that she's big, big, big mad at him. He wants to apologize, or he wants to communicate to her from the heart. We see him, it's very much a like from my heart outward kind of thing. He's wanting to express himself emotionally. And I would have to say that this is could be a combination of, offering his heart. It could be a heartfelt apology. It could be trying to explain to her that her instincts were not wrong, that she did make him really happy. I don't know if he had problems expressing this in the past. We do see him as like a half crescent moon head. So I think he used to hide emotions a little bit more than express them, perhaps. But the other thing is, it seems like if she did cut him out of her life because she thought either it was like game playing or something, he wants to address that. And it could just be to explain, like, I understand why I frustrated you, or I understand why you put up that wall. I understand all of that, why you took that approach. If this is what he wants to get to her, this is the heartfelt message. I mean, I think, let me double check on the 5 of Swords, because yeah, 3 of Pentacles. He wants to heal that. These two, this was a breaking point. We have that crescent moon right here between the two of them. I'm wondering if like a conversation did devolve into full on, like she never wanted to talk to him again because it felt like it was some weird game he was playing, messing with, emotions, manipulating things, keeping things hidden. This is what he wants to address. Like this time around, anyway, he doesn't want to keep his emotions hidden. Okay, so hang on, because if you're sending this message to her, reaching out to her, where is the Queen when this message comes in? Because as I see it, she's not around. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, she's up in a tree. Hey guys, nice to see everybody. We've got that Ace of Pentacles. She started a new life. I'm going to say, with her sitting on all of her suitcases, and she's even got her little cat all, ready to go, and she's sitting in front of this huge manor house on the outside of the gate. I would say she's moved. Plain and simple. So this is a kind of a little bit more of a specific message. By the way, our Queen of Wands could have glorious dark hair, auburn hair, curly hair. It doesn't have to be a feminine, but right now we're going to keep saying her because we've got a queen. She may look particularly good in colors like gold and, like champagne and lemon yellows. She may be wearing more of those brighter colors right now because it looks like her life is pretty happy. She may see like yellow butterflies or the monarch butterflies around her quite a bit. Also, that could actually be like maybe her spirit animal. But of course, we also do have that black cat with luminous eyes. And I don't know if that's a metaphor for her eyes or if she has a pet with really, like, oh my God, Aries eyes, my dog's eyes are like, they look into my soul and he can command me. I'm telling you, my dog is like, don't look into his eyes. You cannot fight it. You'll go get him any snackies he wants if he stares at you. But I'm picturing she either has a pet who maybe is like a little familiar or, like can really convey messages, or that is she exudes something really powerful with, the look in her own eyes. This looks like she has moved. So she's gone. That's why she's not receiving the message. Did you not know that she's moved? Also, we need to ask about him here in just a second. Oh, he wouldn't know. We have the Lovers in the reverse. We have the Eight of Swords. By the way, I don't know if there was a wine bottle or beer bottle. I feel like that's more in the present, though. It's not that I think somebody's been like, over drinking too much or anything, but we do have this message in a bottle thing. I almost feel like somebody either has maybe this is a vase. Maybe it's like, I should have brought you flowers instead. Like maybe he wants to bring flowers and bring them in a vase or something. If he could just talk to her, fix things. Oh, and we do have the butterfly wings again, by the way. It's literally staring at me in the eyes and I don't notice it. Sometimes my brain goes down a particular track. I'll find the obscure imagery and that'll stick. And then the stuff that's right in my face, I don't see. But this, I always look at her as like this, like a beer bottle or something. There is a great song that is a new one, I think, by Hamilton Lighthouser. I always mess up his name. He was originally from Jonathan Fire Eater and then later the Walkmen. And then he also has a solo career. But there's a new song called I Was Right. And in it, it's actually a song saying, basically, I said you'd love me again, and I was right. But in it, there's a line about it's the same old bottle, but it's filled. Oh no, it's a different bottle, but it's filled with the same dark wine. And it's just like, basically like, you still love me. And that's coming to mind right now. This particular bottle shape, it's like there's still a message in a bottle. These two ships, passing in the night. We have the ocean here. I do not think he knows that she has moved. And there was, again, so much left unsaid between these two. They never really got to the meat and potatoes of really unveiling themselves to each other. They could have had a passionate romance. They could have had an intimate romance, but there's different kinds, physical intimacy does not mean emotional intimacy. And he's got a chest that's like a house of cards stacked on each other. Meanwhile, she's, kind of like this inky blackness where it's like there's so much more to her. She may have tried to open up more to him than he to her, but they both still have those masks. I would just say there's so many things that they didn't know about each other. There's also so many things that he doesn't know might have changed in her life, or maybe even, I don't know, this looks like so many blockages to them being able to communicate. Like these two have ghosted each other, blocked each other, acting like everything's fine. And inside it's always been like, you were the person where I didn't want you to be the one who's just two ships passing in the night where we bumped into each other and then that's it, it's over. He never wanted it to be like that, but he certainly didn't stay in contact with her. What is prompting you to reach out to her now at this point? What is prompting you to reach out now? We have the Hermit. Hermit is sideways. Hermit sideways is, if we look closely, and I actually love this card, we see two versions of her staring through the glass way up at the top of the tree of life. And I always look at it kind of like two people that are like nose to nose without knowing it. both kind of silent. I don't think this thing has ever been over on one hand, but I also don't think it ever really got off the ground. Um, let me go over here for a second. Tell me about the moon and the tower. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Wands. So again, there's that Page of Pentacles. He may be thinking it's too late. She doesn't want to hear from me. He assumes she's going to receive it. And that's a really bad assumption. He thinks that this message, although it's way late, somehow it is going to get to her lips somewhere before the end of this year with that snake wrapped around her. But you notice that it's just like this glowing skeletal snake. Same thing. It's a glowing skeleton bird. There's that message. And there she is again. Oh, I know she's going to get the message. She has no idea that he sent a message, but it's going to devastate him with that tower. She got my message. She didn't want to respond. Oh, don't do that. Don't make one effort, say it, well, it didn't work, and now obviously it's over. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so he may not. He goes through the devastation at first. The tower is usually a really great card because it's where, yes, things collapse, but lots of times it's the right thing that needed to collapse. It's the ego. It's the thing that would have prevented us from like living our greatest life or being our most authentic selves. I would say if we are dealing with two people, both of whom never genuinely fully got to the point of getting to know each other, they never really had that full vulnerability, comfort zone. They had the illusion of it, but they never really got there. And maybe both of them tend to kind of be slower to open up fully anyway. So that would have been a problem. Then if the two of them, like had a misunderstanding, or it felt like there wasn't real emotional transparency at all. And if she felt that way more so toward him at the time, and then there wasn't anybody, putting in the effort to clear this up, I can see why these two stopped talking, go in different directions. And yet, obviously, there is still this desire to still talk. But at this point, they've lost touch for so long. He doesn't even know she's gone, she's left, she's moved. Now we have him having this kind of a collapse, but then it's replaced by this slower moving energy, which could be good. This could be like, okay, so everything fell apart, but let me still move forward and consider slowly but surely. Let me turn this over in my mind. So she didn't respond, even though I'm sure my message got to her. Maybe he's starting to wonder, what if it didn't? Knight of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so hang on. No, he's actually rethinking after the initial devastation of like, I know she got my message and she didn't respond to me. In fact, she wrapped her shawl around her shoulders and withdrew from me even further and won't respond to me, pretending she didn't get my message. But then he thinks about it and it's like, unless maybe she thinks I'm just here for, a booty call, or I'm reaching out for some passion or something. Maybe I should address that. Maybe she's not responding because she didn't know if maybe I was trying to be a Knight of Wands. Maybe I should reassure her I'm not trying to be a Knight of Wands. Okay, so he's kind of rethinking after sending a message that she never receives, but he thinks she did. He's rethinking things. Two of Wands. Maybe I should have written it different. Maybe I should have said something different. Two of Wands is which path should I have taken? How should I have approached her? It almost feels like, and this is actually her, through the looking glass, and then her here in this beautiful red, but it's still her in both cases. I'm wondering if he's realizing maybe what I said wasn't very clear and respectful enough. Who was I talking to? I was talking to her, the person who dominates my mind, the person that I have the utmost respect for. Did I convey that? Maybe that's why she's not writing me back. The one thing I can say that's really good about this is that the fact that she didn't even get a message from him, although he's convinced that she did and is just ignoring him, is making him rethink, was I respectful enough? Maybe I should have or could have said something differently. It's kind of making him pause and think about, who really is she? She's somebody who maybe deserves to like be made the focal point. And if that's what the problem had always been between the two of them, was they had a breakdown over something to do with either expression of feelings, shared like sincere like input, and to the point where she thought she had to block him out of her life to protect herself. So I'm thinking it must have felt pretty disrespectful, or pretty much like, okay, I think you're wasting my time. You're messing with my feelings. You're messing with my emotions. Whether that was true or not, and we didn't see him being a villain at all. So I don't think that that was true, but I think that's how she felt. And because he didn't clarify, perhaps, or that's just where the breakdown occurred in the past and these two stopped talking, I could see how now if he's trying to reach out, that original problem still exists until that original problem gets cleared up. And this is him rethinking it, saying, I should have told her how important she is to me, and that's why I want to heal things with her. I should have maybe told her, not just like I have a heartfelt, either like apology or something about the fight that we had. The fight that we had was over whether or not she knew that I cared about her, that this was a really important relationship, that she's the one in a billion that I can't stop thinking about. Maybe I needed to give her that security and let her know who she is to me. Maybe that's why she's not responding to my first letter to her after all this time of silence. I could see how this is kind of great because it's getting down to the root of it. And maybe it's also letting him ask himself that question. Who is she to me? She's my lady in red. Is dancing with me tonight. There's nobody here. Yeah, so I just heard somebody, I can't think of who it was. I can't stand listening to most of the music, what do you call them? The people who judge everything. I guess the judges. No, it's oh God, whatever I can't think of the word right now. I don't know why my brain is pudding right now, but somebody was like criticizing the song Lady in Red and how sappy it was. And I'm like, it's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful melody. It's incredible. And it conveys, the way somebody feels about another person. And I just thought, what a weird song to, flagrantly disregard as some sappy, stupid. And I'm like, have you no romance? But anyway, so I'm sorry. I stand by Krista Berg all day long and say, beautiful, talented singer-songwriter, whatever. I don't even know if he sang that, if he wrote that song, but I love it. But in this case, I love the fact that we have a character thinking about who is she to me. Guys, we have to take this to a part 2 because I'm petrified about letting another video get long and then having it not process. I will see you in part 2. Sorry to bounce out of here, but I'll be right back on in just a split second. I'm just having to work with the complications that I have behind the scenes right now. I'll see you guys in part 2.